This time on Woody's garage. Ha ha, that ugly little gray thing is broken.
Alright, today we're looking at my little gray silver Craftsman Snowblower. I thought this one was all ready to go for the winter, but it isn't. It's really rusted out and stuff. I got it for free last year and beat the living hell out of it, and it ran so well last year. And this year, I think we have a problem. I don't know if you can see. Number one, we got a spring just dangling. Number two, let's see if I can show you. You can see all that play down there. It really clunks when it goes into gear. There is either a bearing or kind of a knuckle that's in there that wears out. I'm going to take a look at that and see which one it is and see if it can be replaced. Otherwise, this poor thing's probably ready to be scrapped. I did a weld job down here. It's a very thin metal, but that looks like it's holding up. That's good. Okay, let's pull the front off. Okay, by loosening this one just loose and taking the top two out, it folds in half like this. Yeah, I gotta get the belt out of the way, and I gotta take off the chute adjustment. Alright, they're apart. You can see just how loose this thing is. Well, it's loose, but not all that loose. It looked worse before. Weird. And I have no idea where the spring used to go. And it's obvious that it broke off from somewhere. To figure that out. Alright, let's look at the tractor part. Spring could have gone anywhere to there. Who knows? All this junk down here. Everything else seems solid about it. Maybe we'll bring that thing inside and have a look at it. Everything seems to turn as it should. You know, there's some wear up here, but not really bad. What was happening, if I didn't mention, is it would just sort of make a big clunk. Sometimes the engine would die, almost like it was binded up. You know, I just wanted to stop. Yeah, if you drop these guys, take off these nuts, these bolts will drop right in. You'll never get them back in there. So I'm not quite sure how to approach it. I really don't want to take all the impeller and stuff out of here. It might be necessary. It might be held to get this pulley off too, which is held by two bolts. You can see right here where my finger is, there's two of them. And then you usually have to heat it up, or I'll try to get it off, I guess. I'm kind of wondering if this is where the spring went, right here. There's sort of one on the other side too. Yeah, I've been banging this back and forth and I don't want to distort it, so I'm going to get some heat on it and try to get some equal pressure on both sides. After tons of pounding, heating, I got it off with this crowbar. No. I mean, I was to the point like I don't care if it gets mangled, it's coming off. It's off. Oh, I want to show off my little box for my torch. When you try to put this thing down, it always flops to the side. So I made this little box. I also made it so you can mount it on the wall. So you have the same problem on the workbench. If you put it down, it flops over. So now it's got a little box. And here's the bad part. I mean, there's not a lot of play in there. I guess that's a good part too. But I think this is a bronze flanged bushing that just comes out, you know, goes in and comes out on the sides like that. Doesn't move that great, but I don't know, I think we're going to clean it up anyway. Okay, this one's turning off fine. This one, the inside wants to move. The outside. And so does that one. Meaning they're, the only way to get this thing off is to pull everything out of the front. Alright, it's the next day. I took that spring and I rebent it. It should work. How long it'll hold up, I don't know. But I really think now that this was the source of the problem. By not holding that lever down, it was banging like boom, 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 because it's not held tight to the pulley. Or that's what I'm thinking anyway. So I want to repack that, that bearing, that bushing, whatever it is, with some grease. Get it down in there, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, here we are at the housing again. Now what I can tell from looking at the parts exploded view that I have in a PDF is that this is a housing that has bearings in here. And this is just a sleeve. So I'm going to try to see if I can get... Let's get some movement. But, you know, what the hell, I think it's okay. I'm going to try to get grease down in here. And then I'm going to take the torch and kind of melt it in there, and then put some more in there, and hopefully it'll make its way in. Yeah, you can kind of see it's bubbling through. Definitely working its way in there. I hope this will be good. This is synthetic grease. Okay, we jammed a little more grease down in there. So this thing sits down in the groove here. And I think since that spring was gone, it was kind of going like this, and that was the banging I was hearing. So we're going to try to get the spring on now. It's going to go from here down to maybe here. And there's a hole right there. Or, I think I pointed this out last time, there's kind of like a break here. But I think this is more realistic. I don't see an old rusty stain like it was there before, but let's see what happens. Alright, I think that looks good. You know, seems to be about the right tension. This belt is totally wanked. But yeah, we're going with it, at least for now. And it's easy enough to replace if I need to. But we're seeing if, you know, it's still going to bang or whatever. So we need the key in here, and then we'll put those set screws back in. Alright, let's slap it back together. The 4 bolts are all tightened up on the sides. Now we got to tighten up the belt tensioner here. It's about right. Should just about be touching, just so that the belt doesn't flop around. One on each side. Alright, it's going to put the chute adjuster back on. Looks like just a couple of carriage bolts and nuts, right? But this piece came out while I was doing it. And I said, oh, that won't be anything. I'll just put it back on. Not quite sure where this thing went. Where the hell did this go? Like this. Then this square hole doesn't go in. Another weird thing is that these were facing in, where I think they should actually go inside so that they don't block snow coming out of the chute. Because if they go in there, then they're going to stick out in the chute. So I'm just going to bolt this up without that thing and see, like, you know, what the difference is. Not sure where that piece goes, but it seems to work okay. I'm going to start it up and see what's up. Okay, we've got the kill wire hitched back up. I figured out what this is. Like I said, you put it back together without it, and then you'll figure out what it is. It's a stop. It just stuck out here and hits this piece right here. Right there. You can see that. So they can't go any further. So I'll put that back on. Well, I think that's it. It doesn't start as nice as it used to. It used to start first pull in the middle of the winter, and now it's a little stubborn, but yeah, we'll keep working on that. But for now, I mean, it's going through the snow, doing its thing. Put it together, and I think that's it.